Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm MrRedClaw. Welcome back to an episode of Formula 1 2021, my team career. This time for the Canadian Grand Prix. Before we get to it, head down below, like and subscribe, this does help out a lot. And let's get right into it. So here I am out for my flying lap around the circuit Gilles Villeneuve. As I've mentioned many times before, one of, if not my favourite track on the Formula 1 calendar. It's just really satisfying when you get Sector 1 right. Of course, Sector 3 flat out, really fun. The last kind of quick right, left kind of chicane, really fun. And really cool when you get it right as well. And a couple of overtaking spots. Of course, it can kind of turn into a DRS train sometimes, but if you are like on a one-on-one battle over there, you actually can do quite well. As I actually brush up against the wall over there, but luckily no damage, and we are up 3/10 going into the chicane over here. Where of course Robert Kubica had that massive crash in 2007, as we barrel down towards the last two turns. 342 kilometers an hour down the back straight over there, as we go past over there, 5/10 up, and we cross the line to get 8th place. On my third lap I just messed up, crashed out, so we actually end up in P10, so not really that bad, under a second off the pole time set by Max Verstappen, with Sergio Perez in P2 and Lando Norris in P3. Let's see if we can score some points once again.
Hello and welcome to the Ile Notre Dame once again for what promises to be another incredible Canadian Grand Prix at a fiercely competitive circuit, where pole position can often be decided by less than 1/10 of a second. We'll be seeing top speeds of around 210 miles an hour here at the circuit Gilles Villeneuve, with around 2/3 of the lap taken at full throttle. High-speed chicanes spell potential danger, especially at the infamous Wall of Champions, and watch out for overtaking into the hairpin and the final chicane. Alongside me to discuss all the action today is Anthony Davidson. Thanks for joining us, Ant, and tell me, you were down in the pit lane earlier. How do you think the track conditions are today?
Well, it's looking a bit cold out there, if I'm honest. These tyres have quite a narrow operating window in terms of the temperatures they need to extract the best grip. So with a cold track surface, it's going to be harder to keep those temperatures up, which will lead to lower grip and maybe more mistakes.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he starts from pole position, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Hamilton, Louis Delatraz and Leclerc, Ocon, Giovinazzi, Ricciardo and Red, Joe, Gasly, Yuki Tsunoda and Aitken, Vettel, Russell, Nobuharu Matsushita and Christian Lundgaard, Mick Schumacher, Latifi, Mazepin and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
So here I am lined up in P10, ready for the Canadian Grand Prix. As we are waiting, the lights were on for quite some time over there, but we get a decent start. Ricciardo bogs down over there, so we actually side by side going into first corner, but he actually just goes down, hits Leclerc, and actually nearly spins right in front of us. Luckily, I don't damage the car over there, but that could have been just tragic for our race over there if we damaged our front wing and had to repair it. As we go down side by side with Ricciardo over there, actually overtake him, as we get the better run out of, what is that, turn 3 over there, or turn 4 even, I'm not really too sure. As we move on to lap 3 with DRS activated, still keeping close behind Leclerc, Ocon, what is that, Tsunoda ahead of them, and another car over there. So doing quite well, actually. Tsunoda wasn't ahead of him, I'm not really sure who I saw, maybe it was Lewis Hamilton. As we go down, try to overtake Leclerc on lap 4 over here, go to the last 2 corners, but we just ran out of road and I don't want to overtake him off track because I would have had to give the position back. And we're actually quite vulnerable to an attack from Giovinazzi over there, so we actually had to make a defence over there, kind of cut him off over there. I was on lap 5. We try once more, but this time we are so much closer already, nearly ahead of him, just going into this final corner over here, just going past the wall of champions over there, and we do manage to make it stick and go up to P7 over there. On to lap 6, 2 seconds away from Ocon. We lost quite some time fighting with Leclerc, but we're going to try and make that back now. As on the end of lap 7, we're actually only a second away from Ocon over there. And on lap 7, loads of people pitting, so we actually go move up to P4, so that's really good for us, but of course we still need to make that pit stop. As on lap 8, it actually starts raining. Now, it wasn't actually meant to start raining, it was just kind of meant to be quite cloudy, but there was meant to be no rain. But on lap 9, we're going to be boxing in for the mediums, as there just isn't enough rain to actually make the inters or the wets work. So it's actually going to be slicks on a wet track over here. It's kind of slippery in some places, but if you just control your throttle well, it's actually just okay. As we get a really quick stop, 1.8 seconds, that is just extremely speedy by our pit crew over there. As we actually meant to come out in P8, but we actually come out in P6, so we've done a great job overcutting Leclerc. Well, we won't pass Leclerc, but just keeping that time up on Leclerc, so we actually end up in P6. Now, on lap 11, trying to go down the inside of Ocon, tried to send a dive bomb down onto turn 1 onto him. As you can see, he turned away, so I had to actually go on the grass not to hit him. As on later on lap 11, we are going to try the same thing. Can't get close enough going into the final corners, but we're going to try to do the same thing that we did just a lap earlier. Going into the first corner, are we going to be able to get down the inside, send it down the inside really late on the brakes, so he doesn't have a chance to even turn in, and we go around the outside to take P5 away from him. Brilliant job by me, I must say. Going on to lap 15, as you can see, the gap ahead, 8 seconds to Louis Denetraz, about 2.5 to Ocon. I kind of knew that I wasn't going to be able to catch the Mercedes, as you can see on the last lap, 10 seconds away, and Leclerc kind of closed up to 1.2 seconds, but a really, really good P5 for us this race.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
That's it then for another magnificent Canadian Grand Prix, and they've hung on to take a sublime victory here today. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team.
So it's another 1-2 for Red Bull. They're definitely the cars to beat this season, with Lewis Hamilton moving up a position from his starting slot to end up in P3. We go from P10 to P5 even. Stay P9 in the driver's standings, but only 2 points away from Antonio Giovinazzi in the Alpine now, and 4 away from the Ferrari head. In the constructor standings, 26 points, 10 away from Alpine. Maybe we're going to be able to fight with them for P5, but who knows, P6 is still going to be really decent. But for now, that's good. So if you guys enjoyed, like, share, subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.